center of the NBL and the place where we develop the game.
I want to have the players' names on here. I'm going to do that in a moment.
The game in Houston. For more information, go to clubmedacademy.com. Volleyball vacation, play, and party. Join us in the Turks and Caicos Islands, November 6th to 13th. Turks and Caicos, one of the best beaches in the world every year. You're bound to have a good time. Check out volleyballvacation.com.
Did I lose it? I might have lost my window.
Keep in mind, Fidel,
what's that?
Fidel
No, I think I lost my window.
Can't even click on that link yet.
I lost the window. It's good. I'll do it again.
Can you pull it up in your history?
Yeah, it won't matter because I ended the stream. Watch. It's not gonna be pretty. I never went live with it.
Okay.
You know that is.
How's it look? Because it's gonna be gone. That's not the one I went live with, is it? Shoot. Well, that's good. I can go there and steal that information back. That video ended already, right? It's not still going, is it? It's gonna buffer out at some point, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's still going, right?
There's 29 people watching.
Is that even possible? Looks good though, right?
Where's the feed from, here or there?
From here, man. I can't tell you how. Let's run with it. Somehow that connection is still happening somewhere. Just gonna close this for now and just let it run. Oh look, this thing's in the red. It's live right now. So that connection's still here. All right. All right, folks. JJ Kalina gonna join in here. We believe we've got our technical difficulties squared away. And JJ, I'm gonna turn this thing over to you.
Sounds good. Great recovery. Let me know when. Score is 12-7-14. Davis and Naslund are up. This is game number 1. Vandenburg and Mallin about to serve.
12-14.
This is the second round of pool for these guys. Davis and Naslund pulled an upset earlier, beating Petter and Martin. Big swing by Carl. Seems like the Tampa guys, Optimum guys, are in sync. They're hustling for every single play and playing some great volleyball. Vandenburg and Mallin looking to step it up here. Nate Davis from Sarasota, Florida, about to serve. Also full-time blocker, being one of the smaller blockers on tour. Very hard worker. Big serve to Mallin. Drew with a jumbo. Great shot. Carl had a hand on it, but not enough under.
switch it up, 13-15.
Score is 13-15. Game number 1. We're in beautiful Port St. Lucie at Club Med Academies for the NBL season championships. $100,000 at stake. We're doing things a little bit different here. This is pool play. Top 3 out of each pool will make it to the next round, which will be elimination bracket. First 2 rounds of pool play are today. The final round of pool play will start tomorrow at 9 a.m. Drew Mallin with the big serve, part of home team. Davis with the back set, sees a line open, goes around the snake. Nice conversion. Vandenburg from Canada, listed at 6'10".
Everyone has their own pools. Find out.
Drew Mallin from the Fort Lauderdale area. Around 6'4" or so. Carl listed at 6'2" with the serve line. Drew sees a court. Big Nate with the reach. Just a couple of inches out, showing how athletic he is. A lot of hang time. Unfortunately, it landed out. The snake, Ryan Vandenburg, about to serve. Score is 14-16. One of the guys that has the strongest, fastest serves on the tour. Let's see if he can capitalize on that. Conditions are pretty great. It's literally like little to no wind. Big wind up. Nice serve. Great serve. Nate with a cover. They're going to run a back set towards Nate. Going for the big swing. Was not able to go around Ryan this time around. 15-16. Nate Davis and Carl Naslund train with Optimum in St. Pete under the tutelage of NBL veteran and one of the top players on the tour, Priscilla Pantelis Lima, my coach and great friend and mentor. This is yours truly, JJ Kalina. With the pleasure of announcing this game for you. The snake about to serve, the big wind up into the net. This is game number 1. 17-15. Nate Davis and Carl battled through the qualifiers yesterday. It was Carl's first main draw of the year. Nate with the serve in the middle, and great ace by Nate Davis. Able to capitalize and caused a little bit of confusion in that hubby wife area. Neither one from the Mallin Vandenburg side went for it. Don't count Mallin and Vandenburg out. These guys are known for comebacks and are used to dealing with challenges on the court. Nate Davis with a big serve. Drew with a tie set. Big wind up, big spank by Ryan. Carl was all over, but it was too much to handle. He swung 100% on it. Hats off to Carl to line it up against a 6'10" southpaw.
And then you go all the way down, you go big shore, and then you'll be able to turn into some net area.
The NVL, the Solo Beach Volleyball. We have proud sponsor Mikasa.
Yeah, it's probably like 5 miles down, so I don't know the street names though. So
Andrew Mallin with the serve. Carl with a low pass. Nate got on his knees. Drew is going to complain on the set.
Andy, here you go. All right.
We do not really focus too much on the rotation unless it's very obvious that there's a lot more than several revolutions on it. You got to be quick. You got to be simultaneous. hands are a lot looser
All right, brother. Looking forward to seeing
at the
you.
pro level compared to the
Awesome.
amateur level.
Might make Terrence Davis come right down.
Carl being a sportsman, talking about the line being out.
Okay. Maybe it'll probably start late.
These lines are pretty thick, so anything close better be on the line, otherwise they're gonna call it out. Carl with a serve cross court, ace! Great serve by Carl. I believe that may be ace number 3. Carl taking over at the service line. That's been the main difference. A lot more aggressiveness from the team of Carl and Nate, capitalizing some of those great serves. Carl with a big serve again. Going cross court, another ace for Carl, taking over from the service line.
Against Vandenburg, 15-7.
Nate Davis and Carl Jensen Naslund took game number 1. Ryan and Drew are going to come back with all cylinders to take this to game 3. But they got to take care of business right now in game number 2. Carl and Nate have put in a lot of work during the off season, and it's coming to show in the last stop of the year, the most important stop since it's the highest payout at $100,000. Each game that counts for a win is added to the pot. I'm not added to the pot, but for the amount of money that you're going to make. It's just like a bonus pool. Each time you win a game, you're going to get more money. A lot of incentive at stake here. Hey Mickey, that was game 1. I'll have to double check on the score. Davis and Jensen, they took that one. Make sure to let all your friends, all your co-workers know that there's a couple more rounds left here, and they're more than welcome to check out the Facebook Live page. Share the link with your relatives as well, because there's lots of action left. The undersized team of Jensen and Davis took that one. If they keep that caliber of play, they're gonna give a little room for Mallin and Vandenburg. But I've seen some awesome things from Ryan and Drew. They're not going to go out without a fight. Be surprised if this doesn't go to game 3. The Optimum boys about to serve. Carl, 6'2" with a ponytail, one of the guys that made a couple of main draws last year. Played with Big Nick Jensen, who is in overseas right now. Missed serve by a couple feet. He was trying to capitalize on that cross court, which was pretty effective in that first game. Verkus, this is game number 2. Nate and Carl took that first game. Drew Mallin from home team about to take the serve. Big toss, big windup. Several feet out. Big Nate about to serve. Score is 1-7-1. This is game number 2, everyone.
Let's say Piotr and Skylar beat us. And then Peter and Chris back beat
Another cross court miss.
3 of your matches are just in 2 it's for people that are involved in the top. So it wouldn't even be good. But it's either within the block. So, yeah, all 3 of you guys.
Ryan with inside toss, could not get enough under it and had to just push that ball over, barely hit the net. That's going to be a couple of push-ups later. And actually, they're saying it's a round of beer. These guys all friends off the court. NBL is a big family. Carl with a big serve in the middle. Drew with an easy pass, looks at the court. And crisp shot by Drew. Drew and Ryan trying to get in rhythm here to take it to game 3. Nice high set. Carr with a big swing around the 6'10" block of Ryan Vandenburg. Ryan being one of the best blockers on the tour. Carr known for being very explosive and a quick swing. Gets it around that big block. This is game number 2 for both of these teams. And actually game number 2 of this match. Nate and Carl took that first one. Ryan with a big swing. Carl with a big up. Unfortunately, Nate had the net. Great up by Carl. Ryan and Drew up 4, serving 3.
I'm gonna see if I can get my doctor. Alright.
Big serve by Ryan again into the net. Carl about to serve. Serve to Drew. Drew goes for the shot. Goes around the block of Nate Davis. Effective cut shot. Ryan and Drew have played many times together, very familiar with each other. Looking to take it to game 3. Ryan requesting that the serve goes towards the middle so he can take angle for both hitters. Let's see if Drew complies with the request. Serve towards Nate, very tight pass. Carl betters it. Ryan with a big weight and discipline block. Big hit by Nate. Great vision by Nate. Shout out to Tim Corneliuson. Hope to see you when I get back to Tampa. Big serve by Nate towards the line. Drew with a great pass. Gets back up and sees a cross court. Drew was not taking any risk. Took that ball over and hit it over on 1. Great play by Drew Mallin.
You good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. What's going on, Kevin Nelson? I have the pleasure of having Brian McDermott join me commentating.
Thanks for having me back. Took a little break, enjoying the fine dining of Club Med. If you're looking for an all-inclusive place, the food here is really good, so I got selfish and walked away from the game. But I'm back, refueled, ready to go.
You're back with the itis, as we know it.
So what are we looking at here? Get me caught up, Jay.
This is game 2. Davis and Carl took game number 1.
Slaying the Giants.
They're going for a second upset here. They battled through the qualifier yesterday, and
There's a ball directly under your right foot in the middle of the table.
Drew Mallin giving instructions on where the ball is. About as good as he plays volleyball, being very precise.
that's a neat dance move right there. And Drew entertaining the crowd. Drew going for the float serve towards Nate Davis. High set. Great swing by Nate.
Nate Davis is a side-out machine. I've had to play him multiple times, and you just can't serve him. I'm convinced if you cut him, there'd just be wires and metal. I don't know if he's even human.
It's the creatine dream, I think. That guy.
The creatine dream.
That was his nickname last year. He hits a very heavy ball. So if you're going to get lined up with it, be prepared to get a bruise on you, because it's a lot to it.
I'm pretty sure I still got a Wilson tattoo on my chest from 2014 Atlantic City against him. Now trading for the Mikasa tattoo.
Cross-court serve. Nate taking over at the net. All started with that, a very aggressive serve. Going cross-court. Drew struggling with it. Great point conversion. That's how they took that game 1. There was at least 3 aces by Carl. Nate took Drew out of system a couple times. Looking to do it again in this one.
You get to the main draw, everyone sides out pretty well, so being able, a little conversation here about that play. Anyways, but being able to get the other team out of the system is crucial, especially for the teams trying to get the top seeds. You've got to get the other teams setting and hitting from off the net. Not too much wind today compared to yesterday. Yesterday's pretty gusty if you're looking at the camera. We got a slight wind from right to left. It's picked up a little bit after calming down. So you see most of the servers serving the ball from left to right over here.
10-8?
So 10 serving 8 in favor 8-7.
8-7.
Favor of Nate Davis and Carl Naslund, trying to get a second quote-unquote upset over Drew Mallin, Ryan Vandenburg.
The snake. Another cross-court serve. Set towards the middle. They're just taking him out of system here, Brian. That aggressive serve is forcing them to get a very good set, and when it's 2 inside, they're pretty much trapped. Nate Davis being one of the best undersized blockers, very technically sound, very athletic. Proving that he belongs in the main draw.
Robot legs.
They doubled up on the angle. Nate hustles for it. Carl going for it.
No. You hear the audible disappointment coming over. That's it.
Ball landed right next to us. Little souvenir. Brian running away with it, taking it home. When you get a chance to play with one of those balls, it's great to hand set, great to pass. It's definitely a great training resource when it comes to ball control. Pretty unforgiving as well. So if you can pass in the Mikasa ball, you can pass anything else. Mikasa is the sponsor of the NBL. The snake about to serve. He's had a couple misses into the net. Let's see if he's going to go conservative, which he did. Middle serve, medium size set. Carl with the swing.
Carl with a big swing.
no respect for the blocker, who has literally about a foot of height on him. Oh, absolutely ripping that cross-court ball.
I would like to see Ryan be more authoritative at the net, having so much range. I mean, he's what, 6'13" and going against a 6'2" guy?
Sometimes 6'13". Sometimes it's almost more difficult though when Carl cuts a sharp angle, but it's low, and it's hard sometimes to press hard enough to be able to get to those. So
Carl has that quick snap, and it's very hard to read, as you said. So if you cheat, he's unforgiven. He'll just go opposite way.
That being said, be interested to see if Drew starts staying a little more honest around Ryan, and to get over Ryan, he is going to have to put more height on it. Hopefully Drew would be able to chase those a little bit.
See if Drew goes towards a cross-court serve or if he goes to Nate. Carl decides to go over on two. He's going to stay up at the net. Drew's going to go aggressive, capitalize on having Carl, the defensive player, at the net. Drew Mallin about to serve. Let's see if he gets another unanswered point from Davis and Jensen. Carr with the uncharacteristic miss cut shot.
It's 11 serving 10 in favor of Drew and Vandenburg. Try to force us to a game 3. Again, game 2. This pool play match 2 for these teams.
Carl is just working a little too hard to get that 1% shot. It's a high risk shot. It's been working on them, trying to keep the other team out of system. That's probably what they need to do, is just keep the ball in play, but not force it too much.
I could see Ryan and Drew trying to basically say, hey, if he's going to go line, make him go high. Drew staying a little more honest cross. He's pretty good at digging hard-driven balls, and he's got a good chase. So, you run the risk with 3s and 4s if Ryan doesn't get that arm dropped in the cross to have it pay off. So, trust your speed, trust your height. Make them do something specific, and then adjust if necessary. So,
let's talk about those 3s and 4s since we have time here. The concept of a delayed line block and a delayed angle block. Usually what you do is at the last minute the blocker will show one way and dive into the call, and the defensive player will run into that open shot. So like, for example, if it's a 3, the blocker is going to show angle, then dive into the line while the defender runs into the angle. It takes a little bit of practice to get your timing right, especially depends on who you're playing with, but it's quite effective and is used a lot at this level, especially late in the game.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, doubles is kind of a game of chess, so you're always trying to figure out what are your strengths, how do you utilize them, what are the other team's strengths, how do you take those away, what are their deficiencies, how do you exploit them, and switching up with your defense is figuring out what they want to do, and then setting yourselves up to take that away makes all the difference. And in a 2 out of 3 game, you're able to make adjustments, and we saw at least at the end of the first half of this game, looks like Drew and Ryan kind of made an adjustment to Carl. We'll see if they can switch it up on the other side of that. So you got 11 serving 10 in favor of Mallin and Vandenburg, who lost the first set to Davis Naslund. The 15 overall seed, who had a huge upset against the 2 seed, multiple championship winner, Dave Palm and Eric Zahn.
What's that?
Top 3 from each pool make it out, and the 1 seed gets a much coveted bye into the final 8. So
and definitely a higher payout.
Oh yeah, every match you win, you get a little extra money. So players are literally playing for keeps.
Big serve by Drew. Nate with a mishandle. Point for Mallin and Vandenburg, making it 12 serving 10. Carl and Nate just need to stay composed. Don't change anything, just stay aggressive all the way through. Just start off with that good pass, good set, and easy conversion. Drew with an inside toss. Big swing by Carl. Saw the line open.
A little miscommunication there, I think, by Ryan and Drew. Both of them taking the cross. So he for sure wasn't going cross on that one, but they left him a little bit of line and he took it.
At this level, if you leave an inch, they're going to capitalize on it.
Carl, one of the bigger guys in the main draw, but definitely one of the more versatile. He can hit cross, he can hit line, he's got the shots. And Nate, being a very good setter, puts him in a very good position.
What a big block by the Creatine Dream. Nate Davis going against the 6'10" southpaw, the snake, Ryan Vandenburg. Nate and Carl looking to take over this game. Definitely do not want to go to 3. Nate with a big aggressive serve. Ryan went under the net.
It just turned on.
Running into Nate Davis. All these guys are buddied up the court.
Looks like he's all right.
Yeah. Unless he has a great pain tolerance, he's definitely disguising it well. Something you want to do here is either you capitalize on any little accident like that and delay the game a little bit, or just pretend nothing happened. Don't show any signs of being hurt and going with it, because the other team will capitalize on it. Short serve by Nate. Andrew trying to set him up on 2. Effective. Ryan hits it over on 2. Big bounce.
First time Ryan got blocked 2 plays ago, he tried to go line. That time much more successful in the sharp cross.
So I'm moving them. If it goes 3, say 2, then we'll be fine. But we still have the extra one.
Member of the Canadian national facility team.
Having Ryan Vandenburg. And I'll have to put one more man somewhere.
Ryan Vandenburg, the Canadian. Off the serve, looking to get a couple of aces. Let's see if he serves deep this time. Takes a little bit off. Nate with a great pass. Nice set by Carl.
Having a nice little conversation. Both players respectfully disagreeing in a calm manner. Nothing personal taken, clearly. Still having a conversation about it. Gary staring a hole through that.
Ryan calling it out. Being the Canadian that he is. Ball appeared to have laid it out.
Nate is adamant that the ball hit the line. Admittedly didn't see it hit the line, but don't have the best view of it. That's the type of thing that'll get Drew Mallin fired up, though. Drew telling Ryan he's frustrated, he's probably going to swing as hard as he can, so really press on this one.
Better watch those hands. There's going to be a heavy swing here, especially from Nate. Ryan looking to take over here at the service line. Let's see if it puts a little bit more power to his serve. Almost the same serve. It's going to be a back set to Nate. Nate goes angle. Second opportunity here. Big knuckle. Nice use of the hands.
Good job, guys.
You know what is it, right?
Davis Naslund winning first set. All tied up here at set number 2, 14 apiece.
Yeah. Score confirmed at 14-14. The Viking about to serve. Carl, such a hard worker.
Thanks, sir.
I'm going to send the referee with the score sheet.
Drew sees the angle open. Oh, they're definitely feeling it. What do you think, Brian?
Anytime they can get Drew to pass off the net. Ryan's not. He's 6'10". He's a pretty good all-around player, but his setting can be a little suspect. And with Nate putting up a big block, it's putting Drew in an uncomfortable position. When he's in system, he sides out at will. But I think their whole thing is really to rip the serves and try and get them out of system. Every time they do that, it seems successful. So it's really, cliche, but it's going to be a matter of just ball control. Drew can keep his passes in the system. He's going to score points.
Great Carl with a cross-court serve, which was effective earlier. Drew with a good pass, looks at the courts.
Now it's on the line.
Nate calling it out, laying it on the line.
Nate, a much better player than ref at the moment. He's 0 for 2 in the last 5 plays. He smiles. He knows that one.
Yeah, don't check the ball mark because the ball landed on the line.
It's so funny in the heat of the moment how players get. Actually, his last tournament where Drew absolutely flipped out about a phantom touch call. Literally crossed the net, not in a vicious way, but it got to the point where the ref had to kind of yellow him and warn him for a red. And 2 plays later, Drew's was like, hey, sorry for freaking out. Like, I was definitely wrong. So in the heat of the moment, it's amazing how skewed our perception can be.
Nate with the outside approach, goes for the jumbo. Nice fake by Ryan. Carl staying composed.
A mother's touch on that high line shot. Nate's been blasting balls, keeping him honest. A nice high line shot there where no one was.
One key thing out of that whole play was how composed Carl stayed on that play that seemed it was about to be bombed by Ryan, but it was on Carl's side of the net. He was able to get that ball back up, a great set, and Nate sees the line open and goes for it. Awesome play by the Optimum guys. Drew goes for the line shot. Carl with a big hiccup.
Oh no. Hands have been a lot more lenient this year, but not that one. A little bit of a double there.
Yeah.
Great dig in transition, though. I really like what they're doing with their defense. They're really trying to keep Drew guessing on where the defender's going to be and where the blocker's going to jump.
Let's see if they're going to keep that same 4 call. Like you mentioned, they were right on it. It was just a matter of executing the set and the hitting part of the play. Ryan Vandenburg about to serve. Go towards the line. That ball was going to land on the line. Nice serve by Ryan Vandenburg. Score is 17, serving 16. Let's see if Ryan goes again towards Carl's outside shoulder. Again, was right on the line. Scramble play. Carl going for the line. He's going to hit it over on 2.
A lot of system play. Good job to get that ball back over the net. Unfortunately, Nate and Carl not able to get back in system. That dig goes over the net for the kill by Drew Mallin.
Ryan with another outside serve on Carl. Quite effective. That's 2 points that he's got. Going for the 3rd time. Better pass by Carl. Good pickup. Yeah. It's all about setting up that play for this part of the game. They showed it forward. Drew just kind of stabbed a little bit towards the ankle and then went into the line and made it very easy to convert.
Nate and Carl take a timeout. They were up early. It was a 5-2 run by Drew Mallin and Ryan Vandenburg to take a 19-16 lead in the second set, trying to force a game 3. Again, all these teams playing 4 pools of 4, 16 teams per gender, fighting for their portion of a $100,000 purse in the final event for the NBL 2016 season.
It comes to show you, too, that you don't really have to bomb serves left and right.
Location.
Exactly. A little bit of finesse, just spot the ball, run a pattern, go to the middle, go to the outside line, go short, go deep, just find something that will keep the receiving team on their toes. In this case, Ryan decides to stay on that right side line for Carl, and it's working out. At the moment, this looks like it's going to go to Game 3. Carl and Nick do not want to go to Game 3. They want to close it out now. Expect them to come out swinging.
With the wind, again, it's not too big, but it's going right to left from our angle, and it made it a little easier for Ryan to be aggressive for that sideline. Now that they're switching sides, I'm curious to see, will he still go right for that sideline when the wind's going towards the side? It's a little riskier on the side that they're switching to, because again, we switch at 7s.
At this level, you do have to take some risks. But if you do, and you miss, man, every point counts. Located at beautiful Club Med in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Big shout out to Club Med for hosting this event. If you're anywhere near the vicinity of Port St. Lucie, come on out. We're going to be here for the rest of the weekend. Plenty of action for the rest of the day and tomorrow. We're going to have the semis and finals on Sunday. So spread the word. Let everybody know that the MVL is playing in Port St. Lucie. We're going to have plenty of live action going on. Vandenburg going again towards the outside line. Big swing by Carl.
A little stare down after the swing, too.
I would have flexed if I were him.
Carl saying, no one gets 4 points in a row on me. No one.
He said on the way back he didn't want to show it.
Yeah.
Carl looking to take control of this game. Big serve towards the line.
Just long. About 8 inches. You can see the mark from here. And we've got our first set point. 20 serving 17. Drew Mallin back to serve. Trying to force this set 3.
Ryan going for the request to set on the serve towards Carl. Carl with a big swing, trying to go for the hands. Big miss.
Not there, and that's game 21-17. Drew Mallin yelling to his partner, let's go.
And we're going to a game 3 here. Just like I mentioned earlier, don't ever discard Mallin and Vandenburg being the veterans that they are, pushing the team of Davis and Naslund to a game 3. Ryan and Drew have the momentum. Let's see if Carl and Nate can play like they did the first game. Big aggressive serves, couple great blocks, and that was a game difference right there.
Yeah, I think the key is they're going to have to keep their serving aggressive. The key is going to be that they need to really keep their serve aggressive. When they keep a lot of spin off that pass from Drew, Ryan doesn't set it as well, and that's when they can get Drew into mistakes. They were really aggressive even halfway through that second game, and then they started to let up a little bit, it seemed. On the flip side, it seems like they're starting to work Carl's outside, and they found some sort of answer there. You know, I don't know if maybe he wants to take a step more over to the line to make it a little easier to kind of dare him to serve to the middle. You know, you never want to let a team do the same thing over and over again and have success. So 0-0, both these teams trying really hard to get that 1 seed to automatically put themselves in the final 8. Stick
Extra
around,
money at grabs.
Yeah.
Sorry, good job. We have a purse of $100,000 in the season finale of the NBL Port St. Lucie Championships. Doing things a little bit different here. Instead of an invitational, we have pool play, and we had a qualifier yesterday. Pretty grueling. Even though it's September, it's very humid. A lot of players trying to stay hydrated, avoid cramping. Most teams are playing, well, the most that they're playing today are 2 games.
Yep. Every team plays 2 matches today. And then tomorrow they'll play a third match. And then from there, the top 3 from each pool will advance. Your 4 1 seeds that win their pools will get a bye in the quarters. And the 2s and 3s will battle to get to that final 8. So both these teams sitting pretty. I want to know. Shout out to Josie playing her 99th professional event this weekend. So she's hoping to get number 100. You gonna get it by the end of the year, or is you gonna wait till?
There's nothing more to do. This is
Nothing
season
more?
finale. I guess I gotta play next year.
Yeah. So you heard it here. Start blowing it up and trend on social media. Josie's coming back in 2017.
That's right.
She's going for triple digits. Josie, how'd your first matches go today?
You know, it's the first time I've ever played with my partner, Julianne, and I have to say it was a little shaky, but definitely showing signs of progress as the game even in of itself went on. And we have had good talks. We're very good communicators, so we're excited about this next one.
Very good. So who you got next?
We're playing.
Are you on stadium? Are you gracing us with your presence?
You know, actually, I'm glad to make this announcement. No, we're a little behind schedule, and so we're gonna be playing near our scheduled time. We're supposed to be playing right now on Sunday, but you can see that's not happening.
And Drew is so angry. Drew and Ryan's so angry that she's not gonna be a safe court. They boycotted with a vicious block and stream.
They're just showing me how to do it because
Like,
I think I need to do some of those too.
Let's get this going. Let's finish this up. Let's get her back on stadium. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, hurry it up. I told them finish it at 2, then maybe I had a chance to be here. What's it, 1-1, right? Good battle.
Josie gracing us with her presence on Facebook Live yesterday. I'm sure you'll hear her again at some point when she's not on the other side of the camera.
Nice cutty by Carl.
Sometimes I come over here and wave to you guys, thinking the camera is the computer, but no, better.
Way up there, the eye in the sky.
Okay.
Score is 1-2. Carl and Nate looking to take this game 3.
Carl's in a little bit of a side-out rut right now. He's been really successful up to this point, but seems like they've kind of started getting in his head a little bit. He's forcing shots, a little more unforced errors, so hopefully he can take a deep breath and get to a point where he can get in a nice rhythm again.
I don't know. After that big block by Ryan, looks like he's starting to get in rhythm, which is scary.
You wonder if Nate's got to pull the set off in that just a little bit, so he's got some separation.
Yes, sir. Carl with a deep serve. Score is 3-1.
Battles here on center court. It's awesome. Everywhere.
The parity is just fantastic. I mean, Davis and Naslund, the 15 seed, upsetting the 2 seed earlier today. 3 of the qualifying teams winning their first match today on the men's side. So, you know, when you get to the top 16, anyone can beat anyone on any given day.
Yes, championship. Everyone's out for blood. I love it.
It shows you how deep we are. Have the qualifiers being like the top tier seeds.
No way, for sure. If only the main draw could be bigger.
Yeah. Shout out to Cam. Haven't seen you in a while, buddy. What's up, Donnie Bass, David Burkus, Kike, ¿qué pasó, hermano? Jason Braun, Cody Coughlin. Haven't seen you in a while.
Cody Coughlin.
Played with him in a qualifier back in Atlanta.
I remember when he came up to Chicago to train a little bit.
Where did he train?
I bet that's what's happening to your machine.
Not many people take beach volleyball up from Connecticut, but I believe that's where he's originally from.
Big Nate with the serve. Tight pass, nobody up. Ah, yeah.
Bet he wants that one back. I think he was expecting a little more heat. Sometimes you're almost caught off guard when they come with something off speed. Making the hand up, and now they'll bring it back in play.
Score is 4-2. Drew Mallin. About to go short on Carl. Nice pass. Big swing. Ryan Vandenburg with a big block.
I feel like the sets, from my angle, and again, it's easy being an armchair quarterback here, but the sets seem a little tighter, and Ryan's getting a really good press on, so I think Nate's going to have to get Carl's sets off the net a little bit so that he's got some separation, he's got some better angles to play with.
Speaking of angles, probably to throw in a back set, get Ryan a little bit off center.
If you're going to back set, this would be the side to do it.
Yeah. Great chicken
Double
wings.
hits to Chesty. Drew lets that one go. It's wide. And we're at 6 serving 2. So the main draw staple showing why they're a regular every single tournament. But I like the fact Carl looking at Nate, telling him to take a deep breath. Seems like they're getting on the right page, mentally at least. Every point is so crucial. It's important. One of my favorite Doc River quotes, don't let a bad play turn into a bad game.
I thought they were going to run the back set.
Sherman Williams painting the line on that one. And we're at 3 serving 6, so a nice little audible, running something in the middle.
He was going to go for it looked like a back set. Came in straight, threw Ryan off a little bit. Drew stayed disciplined in the angle and left the line open. Carl capitalized on that.
Really needs an aggressive serve here.
Going for that cross-court serve.
Right on the line. 2 times on the line. And we're at 4 serving 6 at the switch.
Drew's going to have nightmares about that because he literally ducked, thought it was out. Happened earlier, too.
Only if they lose.
Only if they lose. You're right, Brian. Painted that line again.
But I'll say those are the plays that stand in your head when you look back after a close loss and say, what could you have done differently?
Mickey Mallin, your son's looking good. I had a pleasure to train with him a couple times, and even with Russ. Ryan with a hustle play.
With no respect. Looks like he caught. Unfortunately, I can see it from here. He ran into the ball stop. Just a little burn.
Ryan
that's quite
has
the
a
raspberry.
strawberry. It'll be the first strawberry of the match.
That is a gigantic strawberry.
It's a battle bruise. Battle bruise.
Good effort there. Unfortunately, you can't just give up on a play. Got the ball up, wasn't able to get it controllable. Ooh.
Well, lucky for him.
He's lefty.
Yep.
It's on the right side.
On the right side.
He's a flesh wound. What did he just say?
I think he said he's Canadian. He can take this. Take a one like that.
Is that a shot at us?
Oh, good touch.
I don't know what he said.
Just OT on that one.
That may be the game changer right there. Strawberry on his right armpit area. But I think really what changed the game too was that grade up by Drew. Fantastic up, went to target, they converted on it.
They finished set 2 getting Carl out of system, and early on they seemed to do it again to him, and getting a game to 15, you get a couple point leads. Then it's just a game matter of just signing out every time. They can afford to trade point for point. They run into 4. Drew's ready for that ball, lets it go because it's long, and they build their lead up again.
Ryan and Drew taking over this game number 3.
Drew just telling them, whatever you see, go take it. Just make sure you press.
Another serve to Carl. Mishandle set. Went through his hands a little bit.
Yeah, 2016 hands are a little bit different. Nate's a bit more of an old school. He's got pretty quick hands, but he holds a little longer than they've been allowed. They've been a little more lenient, letting the ball spin more than they've let in the past, but they want a quicker release and they want it by the forehead. So some players, including him, trying to adjust to the new rules.
Mickey scores 9-5. Great swing.
We've got a score check of 6 serving 9 on the switch.
Carl just swung through it. Lucky for him, the snake wasn't able to press and get over on the seam. Drew was right on it as well. So it's just a matter of siding out and being very aggressive when it comes to going for the shots. You really have to go high around Ryan. And Drew, being the great defender that he is, will be able to walk into those shots, especially if he runs 4s or 3s. Nate
had a lot of success banging that cross-court jump serve earlier. Hasn't been able to get Drew out of the system, but let's see what he can do here. It's close to a foot fault there.
Yep. That's going to be a jumbo shot.
That ball right on the line. Doesn't get better than that. 10 serving 6. Unreal shot there.
Because I got to go set it up now.
That's literally the only place he could put it where Nate wasn't going to get a touch on it. And we're 10 serving 6.
Shout out to Alex Cutsey. Hope you're doing better. I heard you had a ACL surgery. Mine is next Friday, so I'm not looking forward to that one. Shout out to Garrett as well. I haven't seen you in a while. Drew with a short serve to Carl. Great set by Nate. Again, aggressive swing by Carl. Goes off of Ryan Vandenburg. It went off his head?
I thought so. He we call that a Y block. He split his hands. And
yeah.
Carl splitting the wickets there off the head.
Let's see, literally, Vandenburg listed at 6'15", doesn't have to really jump much.
He's grown 2 inches since the broadcast started. It's a freak in nature. Nate's actually arguing the wrong way. He's down 6'9", but he was arguing that it was 10-5, and Carl trying to correct him, saying, no, it was 6'9".
7-10.
1-1. Yeah, because it was 6'9" earlier.
The switch was 6'9".
Yeah.
That's correct. 7-10.
Fans getting involved in the scoring. Seeing who's got the best math. We've decided
39 right
7-10 sounds good.
7-10. Carl with a cross-court serve. Missed by a foot.
Meanwhile, Ryan Vandenburg up to 6'17" since the argument. He just continues. It's kind of like that. What's the Dr. Seuss book with the goldfish that just keeps growing? That's him as a volleyball player.
I just want to be 6 foot. Just give me a couple of inches, man.
You tell it's getting late in the day when the obscure references start cracking.
Another outside.
Nice swing off the hands. You can see Ryan just in disbelief that he let that one sneak through.
I like the adjustments that Carl has been making on those serves from Ryan. Ryan has been able to capitalize on that line serve, and this time Carl was able to give a very good pass and stayed aggressive. Carl's saying, hey man, we're going to get back into Cisco right now. It's never too late. Nate Davis most likely going to try to use the wind a little bit and go cross-court serve.
Just long.
Another missed serve. Barely out.
I would love to see him try and hit that opposite corner rather than the seam, just because the wind's kind of died down and it gives him a couple more feet of space, a little breathing room where he doesn't have to hit it perfect. He's got such a heavy arm. When you don't have that wind helping him out, it's hard if he doesn't completely get on top of the ball and drop it in.
This being the third game, every point counts. So you have a couple missed serves, a couple missed passes, that will cost you the match.
So Drew back to serve, 12 serving 8 in the third. Dropping the first one to the 15 seed, taking the second. Starting strong and going point for point ever since the beginning of the game. 3 points away from getting a 2-0 start to their pool play.
There's a soft cut shot. Drew picked it up. Carl wasn't able to handle it. Great up by Nate. He's going to have to cross it over. Possible 2-ball option. Great touch by Carl.
Touches. Not enough. Nate with the great chase the first time. Couldn't get to that second one. And Drew's now down to 2 points away from winning the match. 13 serving 8.
Drew and Ryan having fun, joking around.
Yeah, it looks like Nate and Carl want to take a timeout.
Don't scare me.
What's going on, John Goins? Haven't seen you in a while either.
John Goings. John, if you talk to Brandon Bean, tell him Brian McDermott says hi. Hope you're doing well, John.
The 15 seed. It's the NBL. The Soul.
Well, we got a break in the action. Go ahead and do a little plug-in for some of our sponsors, including Personal sponsor of mine was Smack Sportswear. Was born on the sands of Manhattan Beach, California in 1994. Many of Smack's high-quality volleyball garments are designed and tested by top pros like Tyra Turner and Loy Ball. To check out our 2016 beach gear, visit www.smacksportswear.com. I can tell you, my partner and I needed matching shorts, and I had 2 pairs of the same ones, and he tried them on. He said he hadn't worn them for a year. He actually had my last name on them. We were hoping it would throw the other team off. It did not. But he said afterwards, he said they were some of the most comfortable shorts he's worn in a long time. He really liked the fact that the drawstring went all the way around. So it was really flexible but comfortable to whatever he needed. So they're low cost for the quality. I highly recommend people look at Smack Sportswear if you never heard of them before.
I was wondering if Neil got married to one of the McDermotts.
Nah, he's not my type. I like him as a volleyball partner. Bill Sigler, the CEO of Smack Sportswear. If you listen to this, Jay is rocking these sweet jean shorts, board shorts. If we can make a Smack version of those for 2017, I'm in on those.
Oh, count me in on those.
I really like your shorts. A nice side out there for the timeouts. What you want from a timeout. And now we're at 9 serving 13. Carl back to serve.
Carl and Nate saying this game is not over. Going to come out aggressive. Definitely need to get this serve in. Took a lot of off of it.
That is
Field
a slice.
Goal. Match point.
Great swing by Group Mallin.
For the match after the great set.
Ryan serving for the first match point at 14 serving 9. I expect this serve to go down Carl's line.
Let's see if he's going to end up buying beer. Nah, he's going conservative. This time on the inside shoulder of Carl.
That ball doesn't cross the net, and the match goes to Drew and Ryan. 15-9 in the third, advanced to 2-0, but a good 3-set battle by Nate and Carl to go to 1-1. Stick around. We're going to have a lot more action. Again, this is Brian McDermott. I'm here with J Squared Kalina. You're watching the 2016 NVL Player Championships.
Would you like this, or do you want me to hold on to it?
Do you want us for the match? We'll build this to be determined. But hey, good battle. You got one more. Keep your head up. One and you're in, right?
Yeah, did it already end on Facebook? Did you guys click end?
I haven't touched anything. Jay, did you end it?
I didn't.
So many people are impressed.
I thought you did.
Okay. Well, it was this one, right? Mallin?
Yeah.
Vandenburg? Okay.
The problem is we don't
I never work on computers.
I swear, I thought it was you that walked in. I saw someone go in between us, and then I talked to her.